Hello, everyone, and thank you for coming back to my channel. I really do appreciate you if you have subscribed or if you just stopped by. Thank you so much. I wanted to talk about the way that I grew up. I've mentioned that before. I grew up in an apartment complex in Dallas, and there's all these different parts of Dallas, right? There's West Dallas, East Dallas, South Dallas, North Dallas, a lot of different names for Dallas. I just lived in Dallas. It was no North, South, East, West, Pleasant Grove. It was none of that. It was just Dallas. And a part of my growing up, I talked about was just loving the community that I was in and all the people in the apartment complex and how we would just have a really good time together, especially in the summers and just hanging out, walking to school together. I love that experience. So when I was looking for a home for my kids after I got divorced, I wanted something that had an apartment feel, but was in a house in a neighborhood. So again, in my early years, I lived in a house for a little while that my mom rented, but for the most part, I was in apartments. So when I was blessed and I was able to get a house of my very own, I wanted to have a community, a neighborhood, something that felt safe for them but also adventurous, where I could let them roam the neighborhood and know that they would be okay. So we live in a cul-de-sac and we're just down from the pool. And I just call myself blessed every day for being able to do this for my kids and with my kids. So I was talking to my youngest son the other day, and I just said, I think you live an amazing life. I love your life. My kids have had the opportunity to do things that I may have never done before. At least two of my kids have been skiing. I've never been skiing before, and I don't think I want to ski at this point, but still, just the fact that they've had that opportunity. Living out here in this suburb, in this neighborhood, and in this area, it has opened up so many doors for my kids. They have friends who have parents or grandparents with water sports or water equipment like boats and jet skis and all of that. I don't think I met anybody with a boat until I was an adult. And so I really love that for them. They travel, they get to go hang out and do fun things with their friends, go on fishing trips, or just go down to a beach with their friends. They get invited to a lot of different places to do a lot of different things. And I'm happy to be able to finance these things for them. I truly call myself blessed. They get to live a life that I never even knew existed. I didn't know that people were doing these things, and it's common for them. It is not out of the ordinary, it is not extraordinary. It is just their everyday lives. And I really appreciate that. I really love that for them. That it's not something that's, oh my gosh, I've never been on a cruise. I got to take three of my kids on a cruise last year when my youngest graduated. That was my second cruise. And my first one I went on with my Gano friends. And that was the first time as a fully grown adult. Had never been. And again, I am thankful. I know that I am blessed to have grown up the way that I did, to go to school, to get the knowledge, to get the jobs so that I could provide an extraordinary life for my kids, that they could be around people that could give them experiences that I never had, that they could go out of state when they were young. I didn't leave the state until I was in college. And, which again, it's fine, but I love their lives. One spring break, I took my kids on a trip. We drove from Texas to San Diego and hung out there a couple of days at the beach and got to see my nephew and have dinner with him. And then from there, we went to Vegas and stayed a couple of nights at a cheap hotel there. And then we went to go see the Grand Canyon on our way back home. We stayed at inexpensive hotels that always had breakfast. And I just went to the grocery store and bought rotisserie chicken and salad and, whatever easy things to eat that you can feed four kids on a road trip. And it was just so good. We were in a van. My oldest was learning how to drive. So it was a really good experience to take them. And I wanted to drive through the mountains in California. I wanted them to see that and experience that. And they had an opportunity to. So again, I just am so thankful. Again, growing up the way that I did, growing up in poverty, I remember my mom making $2.13 as a secretary. Her mom always told her, you need to go work for the post office. They pay $13 an hour. She got on with the post office and ended up retiring from there. And that was a big thing for her. So she was able to provide for us a life that her mom was not able to provide for her. And I, in turn, have been able to provide a life for my kids that my mom could not provide for me. And again, I consider myself so blessed. And I love their lives and I love their adventures. And I'm so excited for them to be able to watch them grow and do all these different things with different people. And I just love that for them. Just wanted to share that with you guys.